Hello, good. Hello. This is Mark Herman, writer. I have over a dozen books published. My goal in 2026 is to educate you on how to get your book published. Everybody has a story, by the way. Don't you agree? The process of getting your story published is just a publisher away. First, you have to have a manuscript. Your manuscript could be written, handwritten, or typed. Typed manuscripts, as you know, are easier to read, depending on the font that you use. Once you have your manuscript ready, and you can get a free personal review from any publisher. You get a professional publisher to do a personal review of your manuscript. Next, they will give you an honest opinion of your story, of your written context. After the review of your manuscript, the next thing is editing. Editing is to correct your storylines, how to grab the reader's attention, how to promote flow, easy flow of the reader, for the reader, and perfection in presentation, proper writing, you know? After the editing, it is presented in an orderly fashion, without repetition, without innuendo or complex language. Then you will proceed to cover design and publishing. In subsequent lectures, we will discuss the details about each step. How to write your manuscript easily. I mean, writing is not one of these things that you do like you sit down to eat a meal or you sit down to read a fine novel. Writing is something you do over time. Whether you're writing a leisure book, fiction, or you're writing an autobiography, or even if you're writing poetry, it all depends on when the ideas pop in your head. You make sure you have a way to either type them into your device or script them, write them onto your notepad. All right? So that you don't forget. Even sometimes when I started writing, ideas would pop in my head when I'm driving. And I would have to pull over if it's really ideas that I think I would forget. I'll pull over and jot them down and then continue driving to where I'm going. And then later on develop my ideas into the story or the chapter. You can agree with me that even if you are writing about your life, which is your biography, you don't get all the stories together in one shot. You might remember when you went on a cross-country trip. You might recall being on a date. And then you put all that down. And then it's the duty of the editor to arrange the flow. All right? So first thing is your manuscript. Second thing is editing. I'm sorry, at least there's a free preview of your manuscript by a professional who will honestly tell you the truth about your manuscript. And be ready for that. The next thing is editing, after which it will be ready for publishing. Just those three main steps: your manuscript, the editing, and then the publishing. we can go into the details of each step. And that's what we will do in subsequent videos. Thank you for watching. Mark Herman.